Akash Inti, the real reflection of you. At this moment in time, I feel very well hydrated. And well, that had not been the case over the past couple days. There's been an inner battle inside of me. And I notice myself more and more enjoying these battles within. And I enjoy them because they challenge me in ways that the outside world can't challenge me. Sure, I can always get into a fight with some individual outside of me. It's always an option. And sure, that could do damage to me in some way, shape, or form. Obviously, I would do more damage to the individual than they would do to me. Obviously. But I found the most worthy opponent in my own life is myself. There's no greater opponents than myself. And well, the self is an interesting thing because it's always changing. It's never the same, and it's something internal. It's not something external. One might say that even the bacteria within you is a part of yourself. And there's a huge scientific debate going on as to, are the bacteria in your body part of you or not? Well, fun fact that probably none of you know, or maybe some of you guys, I don't know. Most of the human body, if you look at it by the count of cells or the number of cells, there's more bacteria in or on your body than there is human cells. So one might make the assumption, one might make the assertion that we are not human beings, rather we're bacterial beings combined with human cells. Some might even say we're not even a human. So what am I talking about? Why am I talking about this whole fun fact? Well, I've been noticing a lot of activity over the past couple of days, I noticed a lot of activity in my stomach, in my digestive area. Another fun fact is they say the brain, the true brain, is not actually the brain, but it's actually the gut, right? So the decisions, a lot of people talk about this whole concept of what's your gut feeling? Or what does your gut say? These are common sayings. And increasingly so, there's more scientific evidence that leads scientists to believe that more communication comes from the gut than from the brain. It's different types of, like intercommunication. So there's different types of intercommunication that comes from the brain, then comes from the gut. Obviously from the brain, you get the nervous signal, the nerve signals that go on within the body. Why am I sharing all of this stuff with you? I don't know. This is just what's coming off the tongue right now, off the top of my head, or within the gut. Better said. I've held off for speaking for the past 24, 48 hours because I wanted to make sure I was speaking from a place of strength and not weakness. And when fighting within, I'm noticing more and more when I speak from a place of weakness. And not only when, but what are the behaviors that lead me to speak from a place of weakness? What do I mean by that? Well, I've noticed that if I don't get my exercise in some way, shape, or form, exercise being, whether it be a yoga practice, calisthenics exercise, even a walk, if there's no movement within me, I'm not able to emote as well. There's a concept that I've learned from one of my mentors, Vince Kelvin. In order to emote stronger emotion, we need to move around, we need to move the body more. I believe he got this from Tony Robbins himself. This idea that physiology first. In order for us to change our emotions, we need to change our body and our movements. And so if we're very stagnant, if we're not really moving around all too much, well, our emotions are not going to be moving around all too much. We're going to be pretty much in a stagnant emotion. And if you're lying down, which I was over the past couple days because I was recovering from an inner battle, as I like to call them, no longer sickness or illness, but an inner battle. That stagnant emotion will lead to an expression that's very stagnant or very low on the emotional tone scale. So all of this to say, I had been holding off on my communication because I don't want to speak to people to make them feel bad. There's so many people that speak in today's day and age that it's like, you listen to them speak and you're like, damn, dude, I listen to you speak and I actually feel worse than when I came in. I don't want to do that because there's so much negativity in this world. So I held my tongue. I was like, let me get my shit in order. Let me get myself together before I start speaking outward. That's exactly what I did. Anyways, as the sun is taking a nap for the evening, and as I walk backwards or forwards, depending on your perspective, and stop right now, I remind myself of my philosophy, that of keep up, thrive, stay sexy.